Fun Facts with Chuck E. Cheese. Hello? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Where's Chucky?
Boo!
Ah!
Gotcha!
Jumpin' Jasper, Chucky! You startled me!
I'm sorry. I'm just getting into the spooky spirit of Halloween.
Oh, I see. Well, I have to say, I do prefer treats over tricks.
Me too.
Where do we get these strange traditions anyhow?
Great question. It's believed that Halloween traces its roots back over 2,000 years to an Irish festival which marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. In fact, the traditional Halloween colors, orange and black, represent these two things.
Oh, wow. But were kids trick-or-treating 2,000 years ago? Did they even have candy back then?
Well, not exactly. But Halloween customs such as trick-or-treating, dressing up in costumes, and even bobbing for apples did get their start back then in one form or another.
Even jack-o'-lanterns?
Sure, except originally they carved lanterns from turnips. But when the tradition came to America many years later, pumpkins were much more plentiful than turnips.
Turnips? Did they also eat turnip pie at Thanksgiving?
I don't really know.
I cannot believe Halloween is so old. And now everyone in the world is celebrating it.
Actually, Halloween as we know it is mostly celebrated in the USA and a few other Western countries. But it is gaining popularity all over the world. And other countries have similar holidays. For instance, in July, China celebrates the Hungry Ghost Festival.
Hungry ghosts? What are ghosts hungry for? Pizza?
Maybe so. Maybe so.
All this talk of pizza and pumpkins is making me hungry. Sure wish I had some Halloween candy corn pizza right about now.
Well, you're not alone there. Did you know Americans spend over $2 billion on Halloween candy every year? About 9 billion pieces of candy corn are produced each year. That's enough candy corn to wrap around the moon over 20 times.
Wow! Well, how big is the moon?
I'll have to get back to you on that. But it's no wonder that Halloween is the second biggest commercial holiday after Christmas.
That reminds me, Chucky, I gotta go. I gotta go get my Christmas tree.
I think it's just a little early for that, my friend.
Too early for a 9-foot Douglas fir in the corner of your living room? Good one, Chuck. Mr. Mittens just can't wait. Facts with Chuck E. Cheese.
Do you ever have chores?
No, I hate doing chores. But if I do all my chores, then sometimes I get rewarded with a trip to Chuck E. Cheese's, so, you know.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, I guess it's a fair trade-off.
When I was younger, one of the chores I was assigned at St. Mary's was to vacuum.
Oh, Mr. Mittens is super scared of the vacuum cleaner. He wishes that they had never been invented.
Well, Mr. Mittens can thank a janitor named James Murray Spangler for that. He invented the first portable electric vacuum.
Okay, hang on. I'm sending Mr. Mittens a text right now. This James Murray Spangler guy has a lot of explaining to do.
Well, I'm afraid your text is a little too late. The electric vacuum cleaner was invented in 1908. You see, James would cough every time he tried to sweep up the carpets in the department store where he worked. So he tinkered with an old fan motor, attached it to a soapbox, stapled it to a broom handle, then attached it to a pillowcase to collect the dust. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. I mean, he just took a bunch of stuff he had laying around and put it together to make an electric vacuum.
Well, Mr. Mittens does that too. I mean, that's kind of how he built his time machine.
What?
Well, yeah. I mean, he used his litter box, a laser pointer, a couple of refrigerator magnets, and...
Wait, are you telling me your cat built a time machine out of a litter box?
Well, yeah, but it's one of those new fancy self-cleaning ones, so it has like a computer built right in.
Mr. Mittens isn't going to use his time machine to...
Uh-oh. It looks like he just created an alternate timeline where vacuums do not exist.
He what?
Don't worry, Chuck. I'll handle this. Mr. Mittens, no. No. No, Mr. Mittens. We do not create alternate timelines.
What just happened?
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but we better never tell him what year bathtubs were invented. Mr. Mittens just hates baths.
Oh, brother.
Fun Facts with Chuck E. Cheese. Hey there, Chucky. What you doing?
Oh, hey! Just putting the finishing touches on my Christmas tree.
Oh man, I need to get on that. I'm so behind. I finally just threw out my 17 jack-o'-lanterns from Halloween yesterday.
17, huh? Wow.
Do you think Santa will be upset that I haven't put up my tree yet?
Not at all. He's a jolly old guy. And besides, he brings gifts to boys and girls all over the world, and not everyone celebrates with Christmas trees.
They don't?
People around the world have many different ways of celebrating this time of year. They even have different names for Santa Claus.
What do you mean other names, like Larry or Bartholomew? Sigourney?
Not sure about those. In the US, we've heard some of Santa's other names. Kris Kringle, Saint Nick. But, for instance, in Hawaii, they also call him Kanakaloka.
Oh, wow! Well, I wish I had a cool name like that.
He's got a bunch of cool names. In China, he's known as Sheng Dan Lao Ren. And in Hungary, it's Mikolash. The French call him Père Noël.
Oh yeah, like the song. The first Noel.
Right. And in Turkey, he's called Noel Baba. And the Dutch refer to him as Sinterklaas.
Sinterklaas? That sounds a lot like Santa Claus.
It's probably not a coincidence. In Japan, he's called Hoteosho, and they say he has eyes in the back of his head to see if children are being naughty or nice.
Yikes!
Don't worry, I'm sure you're on the nice list.
In Italy, we call him a Babbo Natale.
On Planet Purple, we call him Zorpaclorb Dorba.
You get the idea. People all over the world celebrate the holidays in diverse and wonderful ways. And learning about other cultures only enriches our own experience of the holiday.
I'll get right on that, Chucky, but first I gotta go buy that Christmas tree.
Or you could just get yourself a Christmas meteor like we have on Planet Purple.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for both.